Hello everyone, my name is Tocho and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. And today we are going straight...
The Bin are a lot like your Seekers, Cassandra.
I highly doubt that.
Maintaining justice in the ranks, operating under a veil of secrecy, investigating corruption and threats to the Order, and we deal with it all so quietly. Most people never notice.
Interesting. Though we do not break the minds of our prisoners.
We'll keep at it. You guys will get there.
Anyways, today we're going to cash in that favor and get ourselves a boat.
Yeah?
Thane Sunhair gave me guest welcome at Stone Bear Hold.
Aye, she sent word.
As a guest, then, may I please borrow your boat?
We would be poor hosts to refuse. The boat is yours. I hope you come back alive.
Well, thank you, sir. That wasn't so hard. And I do appreciate the formalities involved, even though Sunhair said, you know, he was worrying too much. I do appreciate the consideration. Ladies' rest. Okay, so it's been a couple weeks for me. I took a bit of a hiatus.
Sea air and spice. That isn't right.
The spirits gathered here were drawn to tragedy. They radiated, as fire does heat.
Glad I asked.
Ameridan, why?
Okay, already off some spooky ghosty shit. Anyways, so it's been a couple weeks for me. I took a bit of a hiatus to handle some live stuff. But we're back now, and we are still looking for the body of Inquisitor Ameridan.
No, without.
Letter found near many corpses. The barbarians are afraid to go to this island. I can see why, with all the spirits, but it's completely safe. I was out there myself for a good half hour, and the spirits never bothered me. Steal one of the Avvar boats and set up a camp. This route will bypass all taxes, and with Avvar and spirits all around, nobody in the right mind will track us here. I know how you feel about demons, but trust me, this is completely safe. Peaceful, even. All you have to do is relax on that island and wait for the goods to come your way. It's completely safe. Completely safe.
Sleep. I need you. I must find you.
So some people are trying to set up a trading post here, or use it as a refuge from, well, taxes.
Interesting. What drew so many spirits to this place, I wonder?
Friendly?
No!
There's a landmark up here, hold up.
Banan! I'm dreaming.
Someone lived here.
His blood. My blood? No, I can't.
Did Ameridan try to, like, make a retreat and something happened? Like a summer getaway kind of thing? Did the spirits get involved and things go crazy, massacre kind of thing? Or did the spirits come after whatever happened here? Oh. Am I even going the right way? Is this up or down? Oh, hello. Lost Murderer's Gold. Lost Murderer's Gold. Lost Murderer's Gold. Lost Murderer's Gold. In the darkest of winter from foulest to venture, we fled with a lifetime of wealth in the hold. The ship's hull was breaching with no hopes of reaching ashore for to live with our murderer's gold. But then came the island, the safety of dry land. We struggled ashore to recover our breath, but spirits surrounded us all as touted, and charged us with carrying coin brought with death. The captain, they shouted, had cruelly clouded, a servant who died at the treasury door. He soon grew no older, but slipped on a boulder, and shattered his skulls, and was wealthy no more. The first mate had wrangled, escaped, and had strangled the kindly old guard, for he raised an alarm. He slipped in rigging while through the wreck digging, and choked to death, cursing that he had done harm. The lady was bathing, her last look was scathing, as I found her down for the key she did hold. If my fate be drowning, let spirits be frowning. I'll sit on dry land with my murderer's gold. So they died in ironic ways based on how they killed people? Oh, well that answers that question I was about to ask. Are the spirits going to get angry if I touch this murderer's gold? The answer is yes.
Hold on, boss!
Well, that's what I get. I knew it was a bad idea when I started, but it's fine. Oh, it was right here the whole time. Tale of Ringar Ice Troll. Came to the Giants' water waiting, here to hunt and harrow home. Avvar fear shapes in the shoreline, forced to flee with Giants roam. Rengar Ice Troll sees his brothers, calls the winter winds to shore. Giants frozen fords and frostbite threaten of our homes no more. Fears of giant battle easing. Cool. There was also something about the Jaws of Hakon. One of the offshoots of our people has barricaded themselves in a fortress surrounded by an ice wall, and we're planning on going to attack them because they had dishonored Stonebearhold by attempting to sacrifice their bear, Stormwalker. So we, as the Inquisition, have to look into use our resources to find out what happens or how to get through the wall so we can go deal with that.
This rift is ancient. It may have formed from the battle that took place here, not the breach.
What battle took place here?
Talana slept. I slept. To find him in dreaming. But the blood. She's gone. Talana wanted to reach Ameridan again. One more time. But she couldn't. I couldn't. I died. I tried to stay, but only pieces came through. You opened the sky for the rest of me.
Solus, this seems like something you might be able to help with.
Pain drew the wraiths, but this spirit touched the mind of someone who cared for Inquisitor Ameridan.
Ameridan. Yes. Inquisitor. Beloved. She came with Ameridan to hunt the dragon.
Ah, crap.
The dragon?
Huge. Power like none had seen. It came from the mountains with the Avvar. Towns fell. All dead. One last favor for Emperor Draken. Slay the Avvar dragon. Save Orlais.
This wasn't just a hunt. Inquisitor Ameridan was here on orders from Emperor Draken.
Yes. A secret. Drawn by the dragon. Talana. I didn't want to, but where Ameridan goes, I go. They fought at the shore. Spirits and magic. Cold. So cold. How I found her. How she found us. They rested here, then up the river. Metal spires, a way to stop the dragon. Then Talana returned here, alone, to wait for him. forever waiting, dreaming, then dead.
We'll find Ameridan. You don't have to wait here anymore.
You have done all she asked of you. Be free.
Thank you. It was hard. She went a long time ago. I stayed because she asked. Her things are there. She wanted them found.
Okay. That could actually be useful. Whosoever reads this message, let it be known that the bearer, Inquisitor Ameridan, Commander of the Seekers of Truth, travels to the Frostback Mountain on the official request of His Divine Majesty Cordelis Dracon, Emperor of Orlais, upon business vital to the safety and security of His Most Holy Empire, and that he and those who travel with him are to be afforded every service, rendered every assistance, and extended every courtesy in their efforts to protect our Legion lives from threats both magical and mundane. Make a watch over him, Cordelis Dracon the First.
You alright, boss?
Gain a new ability, Ages of the Rift. Use this ability to turn the veil into a magical shield that deflects enemy projectiles and be upgraded in the Inquisitor ability tree. What was the... It's been a while, I can't remember the... There we go, P. Inquisitor. Bolts of spirit energy flying back at the attackers, or HP's Merlin Veils let you summon Ages of Rift more easily. So does this not count as the ultimate? Oh look, the Adventurer here. Unfallen Shack. Many explorers in ancient ruins report finding homes, furniture, or even tools that look a few years old at most, before the more learned studies of spirits and the fate made available by the circles. Scholars often assume that such structures must be new contamination of an older site, leading to much misinformation and misunderstanding regarding the movement of various peoples in ancient adventure and even earlier. Our brothers and sisters in the Circle of Agi have given us a more likely answer. In areas where the veil is thin, spirits engrossed by a particular event may endeavor to preserve the feeling of the area by preserving, in their own imperfect way, some or all of the area itself. The hut of a legendary apostate may appear to have been abandoned for a few decades, with crumbling walls of dust, when it is in fact for a previous age or even older. Spirits scratching at the edges of the veil have scared away the vermin that would have chewed through the beam and the plants whose snaking tendrils would have reclaimed the stones for the forest. It is a recommendation of the committee that all university-sanctioned historical expeditions include a mage for consultation upon such matters. Only in this way can we avoid the embarrassing misstep of our forebears and bring Orlais the true knowledge it deserves. Letter from the University of Orlais Historical Committee to Empress Celine, asking for support, request tabled after the start of the Mage Rebellion. So who's been here recently to leave this book here? Hello, people. At least I've got a decent solution to projectiles now. I'll probably use that more than the fear, in all honesty. I picked up the fear because the necromancers get a bonus to damage against frightened creatures. But I haven't been using it, so what's the point?
I could do without all the demons, boss. Anytime you want to leave, it's fine by me.
Okay, so what I get to understand from all this is the spirit was not the lady herself, the companion to Ameridan. I forget the name already, but it was a spirit who was called by her and has been here so long that it's starting to meld memories with her and the spirit itself. So that's why she's like her eye, like trying to separate the events in its head. But they've been waiting here since the lady's death for the task it was given to, be completed. Oh, Philandris. Isn't that the thing that we needed from the first? I was like, who's Philandris? And it turns out it's a plant. Okay. I'm dumb. It's fine. I'll deal with that later. But, what was I saying? So the spirit's just been waiting here for its task to be completed, and no one's been able to come close. But what we get out of that is Ameridan was sent on official mission to deal with the dragon that the Avvar has summoned. Now, given what we've learned previously with the Avvar or the Jaws of Hakon trying to, sacrifice Storvaker, is that was with the intent of binding their god to a mortal body to help them fight. And, they mentioned last time they did that, the Jaws of Hakon descended onto the lowlands and, there was a wave of destruction in their wake. She didn't mention whether or not the beast they summoned was a dragon. So that's a little bit concerning, considering that archdemons tend to take the form of dragons when they awaken in the mortal world. So that probably has some implications for later. But I don't know. I'm not sure if it's going to be like exactly the same thing. Probably not, given the events leading up to the Blight and stuff. That seems like a very specific scenario, but this might be something similar. I'm sure the point I'm trying to get is the Grey Wardens probably would have been involved if it was an actual Blight. But as far as Inquisitor Ameridan goes, he was sent to take out this Avvar dragon. He was last seen by the spirit heading up to the north towards Metal Spires, which means he didn't die here. He died somewhere a little bit more up north. Let's try this again now that I have projectile deflection. Cool. Now we can take all of this blood money in peace. Right? Oh, that was the right button. I'm looking for that button. There we go. Okay, so what do we do now? We know we need to be looking up north towards some metal spires for the body of Ameridan. Which means we probably have to make a trip back to... What are we doing on time? We're doing alright. Probably have to make a trip back to the Inquisition headquarters to handle some mission table stuff to continue. What does it want us to do? Mysterious island approximately about may yield clues to the region's past.
Ironborn. I understand that among your people you are... What is the term?
Ben Hasran, secret police. Spies, basically.
You spied upon your own people.
Is that so different from Orlais or Ferelden? They have all kinds of people policing them.
What they say and do, yes. Not what they think.
What you think is what you say and do.
No. Even the lowliest peasant may find freedom in the safety of her thoughts. You take even that.
Food for thought, I guess. Let's level up Iron Ball. Okay, so we need to actually talk to Professor Kenrick. He's the researcher in the area we were helping out. At the end of last episode, we were talking to his assistant. Let's take a boat. Hi, friend. We made it back alive.
You lived. Thank you for bringing the boat back.
I should be going.
Unwell.
That is fair. I was like, well, we're gonna be down a boat if he lets us use it, and then we die over there. So and then he has to go and get it, and then he was probably gonna die trying to get it back, and then he has to go and get a new boat. It's a whole thing. I get it. I understand. So we need to go to Professor Kenrick, who is at the camp, I believe, right? Yeah. So let's get out of combat here. We can also talk to Scout Harding, who was looking for a missing scout that we found dead, unfortunately.
Have you seen the plans for the new camps? Tree houses. It all sounds awful and precarious.
Don't you like the idea of tree houses?
It's a good idea, in theory. Up where the wild animals can't get us. But having solid ground so far, far below me with nothing but air in between us is just...
Who would have thought? Scout Harding afraid of heights.
Me? No. No. I'm not afraid. Who's afraid? No one's afraid. I love being up high. Lovely views, fresh air, birds flying at my head. Yeah. I'm a little uncomfortable with heights. Don't tell anyone.
Scout Harding, you're a gem. I appreciate you and everything you do.
I've news about Scout Grandin.
Maker. Don't tell me. He's dead, isn't he?
Yes. He is dead.
Another one gone. Just like that. Never get used to it, do you? Maker. I'll miss him. The boy was great company. Terrible jokes, but that was a part of his charm. You know?
I should go.
Safe travels.
Okay. So, we broke the news to Scout Harding, and now we have to go find the researcher dude. Professor, what was his name? Kenrick? Loud-ass words. You!
May I help you, Inquisitor?
I think we already did all that.
A spirit on the island held the memories and possessions of Ameridan's lover, a woman named Talana. It told us that Ameridan was here on orders from Emperor Draken himself, and where he went next.
Andraste's dimples. I may have received tenure from that sentence alone. Ameridan had a lover. Talana, you said. The Inquisitor's Lady Mage. There was such debate over whether she existed. And there were orders? This was a request from Draken? This changes everything.
What does it change, knowing that Ameridan was on a mission from Emperor Draken?
Everything. One current theory holds that Ameridan was selfishly throwing off his responsibilities to go hunting. Another suggests Draken had him removed or even killed because Ameridan opposed the Navaran Accord. But if this is true, then Ameridan was a loyal servant of Orlais. He was not an embarrassment. He was a patriot protecting Orlais while Draken fought in the Second Blight.
So the Second Blight was happening during that, so that very well may have been an archdemon, possibly.
You were surprised to hear that Ameridan had a lover?
Yes, this Talana you mentioned. Her existence has been hotly debated. Some scholars took Inquisitor Ameridan's respect for the Chantry to imply that he remained celibate. In ages past, there were stories about him and